Welcome back to Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the best from the world of CrossFit. Podcasts, news, special interest, health, fitness. If you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button. Hit the notifier so you're the first to know when we have new episodes. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the birthday edition of the Clydesdale Media Podcast. Today is my 53rd birthday. I'm so stoked to be with one of my friends today, Arielle Loewen. I decided that this year on my birthday week, I would book guests that I have made friends with in the CrossFit space. And my first choice was Arielle Loewen.
Thank you. First of all, I'm honored you'd want to talk to me on your birthday. So happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
So what's a birthday look like in your life?
These days, my daughter is a senior in college. And so she came home today. She got here about noon. We went to a friend's house. She is Italian, and she makes these Italian noodles for me on my birthday because they are so good. And then we had like chicken cutlets and bruschetta. And then tonight, some other friends are coming over to play board games with the family. We'll probably just sit, listen to music, and play board games.
How fun. Are you
crazy, huh?
Are you a desserts person? Will you have a cake or a pie?
So generally I am not. Generally,
Okay.
I am very picky about my sweets, but my wife does make the best carrot cake in all the land. And I get it every year on my birthday. And it's really the only time she makes it. So
it's special. Does she even do like the frosting and draw like little carrots and icing?
no carrots in the icing.
Okay.
No. It is an adjusted Paula Deen recipe.
Okay.
So it is crazy good, crazy moist. And the cream cheese icing that is not thick, just kind of fluffy and creamy.
Yep. Delicious.
So good.
Delicious.
So good.
You're like me. Like you have one dessert that you're like, I need this. That's how it was for Christmas this year. We went to my mom's in Abilene and she was planning out the desserts. And I was like, I would love this white cake with like a raspberry filling. And she was like, I don't know about that. And I was like, no, it's Christmas. Like this is I don't care what you make for dinner, what you have for presents. This is my one request, please. And it's like every Christmas, it's a staple.
Yeah. And it sounds amazing. And the rest of the year, I don't care if I have sweets.
Oh, I'm jealous. That's my one vice.
Yeah. Every once in a while we'll have something, but really, it's really just my birthday that I want sweets.
Have fun. Well, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. So it's been a crazy year. We've talked several times. Last time we got interrupted with Wi-Fi issues.
I know.
You are crystal clear today.
Good. We fixed a few things. I mean, we're in the new house. Like one of the requests was like, we need good Wi-Fi because I feel like I'm notorious for like having horrible internet connection. So maybe you will be my first interview where there's like no hiccups.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
On your birthday.
So I know last time we talked to you, you had started the wall behind you.
Yep, that's right.
And so can you explain to us, that's an amazing picture.
Isn't it awesome? Oh, the whole thing, it just like in its black scale, like it just matches the theme of the house. We have this competition plate. This was Dylan's idea. In 2021, it was like right before the final event. And he was like, I don't know if we'll ever be back at the games, because just to make it once to the games is amazing. Who knows if we'll ever be back here. So he bought this plate at Rogue and had all of the top 20 sign it with a Sharpie he found. So these are the top 20 from 2021. So like Toomey's on there, Kristen Holte, We actually had Rich Froning sign it, Catherine Davis' daughter. So just pretty cool to be like, these are all the people I competed against. And then, of course, we have our Elevated Elizabeth picture. I've got my 2 Rogue invitations and then my Elevated Elizabeth trophy. So this wall is pretty fun. And like you have your staple Clydesdale wall. I think this might be my podcast wall. First podcast with the wall, actually.
Yeah. And Kat's at home. She's not in the podcast.
Aw.
So she is saying, love the podcast background. And then
Thank you.
Kenneth talks about his wife makes homemade cinnamon rolls every Christmas.
Oh, for breakfast or just like on Christmas? That's what I'd want to know.
I'm sure he'll answer that question.
Yeah, that'd be delicious.
So let's reminisce about the year a little bit. One, that plate is such an awesome idea.
Isn't it?
For Dylan to come up with that, because you're right. Like you came out of nowhere that year, and there were people out there saying that you may be a one-hit wonder,
Right.
that Cinderella and the clock may strike midnight. You proved all that wrong, but at the time, that meant you had that forever.
Exactly. That forever. And like, we'll always have Kristen Holta. She's retired now. Toomey, who knows? So like their names are like forever on that plaque as staples. But the hardest part, like we finished the event, we go back to the hotel, we've got all our games gear and this 15-pound Rogue plate. We're like, so we're just, I think Dylan put it in his backpack, but it was hard to get home back to Texas because like he's got a backpack with all our shoes and everything and then a 15-pound weight in there. It's like a ruck pack all the way home.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people buy those mementos at the games. I was going out to my car one night this year and someone had bought the Husafell stone sandbag from the Capitol. And there were like 3 guys and they were walking as far as they could. They would drop it. The next guy would pick it up. He would walk as far as he could, drop it. And they were like relay racing the whole way to their car.
That's hilarious. It reminds me of Rogue. Rogue this year, they always have strongmen and then they have CrossFit athletes. While we were warming up for our last event, the strongmen were done. So they had the backup strongman whose one job was to take the strongman's warm-up equipment and load it up in the truck. So they're picking up the Thor's hammer and these huge sandbags. And they're not the strongmen, but they're clearly the next best thing to the strongman, just carrying them around.
Yeah. It's crazy. Those Thor's hammers look so cool in person.
They're so cool. They had 4 of them backstage. So of course Dylan tried it, Matt Torres tried it, a few other coaches, because they would just one-hand it and see if they could pick it up. And I think there was a 75, 100, and a 150. And only one person out of the coaches that tried it could get the 150. But just ridiculous to pick it up with just your hand. Grip strength.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of my emblem, right? I wear the hammer on my necklace. My tattoo
true.
is Thor's hammer. I have a Thor's hammer right there.
Would you ever get a legit?
Like those, the strongman ones. I mean, I would love to have one. I don't know how useful that would be. Would it just be
It would just be a
paperweight?
Yeah. A big paperweight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing, no wind is going to take these papers away. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love to have one, but I don't know how useful that would be. I guess you could kind of kettlebell swing them.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that would look cool is just on your wall behind you, but it's an expensive art decor.
Yeah, and the bracket I would have to put up to hold it would be immense.
Not worth it.
So your wall behind you is very, very simple.
Right.
Are you willing to expand it if you get other first places or maybe a medal from the games or?
It'd be cool. We talked about it when we hung them up because we potentially could have done so we hung them a little low. So there is potential room to put another shelf above the existing shelves, especially on this Elevated Elizabeth side. if something were to come up, we could add it there. But if not, like it looks uniform. And I also want to hang the Rogue Invitational bat like right below it right here. So there's room to
Okay.
add if needed, but right now, simple-ish, but very special simple. If that makes sense.
Well, and looking at your Instagram, your house is very elegant, but
Thank
very
you.
minimalist.
We are, yeah, that's exactly how we would describe our style. Exactly. Which is very rare for West Texas. West Texas, if you've ever been in a home, you probably have it here. There's like knickknacks all over and lots of crosses and almost like in the kitchen, there'll be 3 different words that say kitchen. In the laundry, there's like 3 different signs that say laundry room. Whereas we very much wanted it to be like little pieces speak louder than 1,020,000 pieces.
Yeah, unlike me, gaudy chic
No.
in the back.
Yours are legit though. I only have 1 legit, 2 legit maybe.
So yeah, and I'm so it's crazy. I am trying to add different podcast recording areas to this center. So we finished this basement like a long time ago, and it was my man cave.
Right.
And so now as we're growing, I'm trying to I'm going to have different sets depending on what we're talking about.
Give me an example.
So, well, the lights are off except for like where I'm at, but
Right.
if I turn my camera, say this way,
Okay.
wait, how can I get to that? Whoop. Yeah, that didn't go well.
Good.
There's a nook. Can you see the
Okay.
nook?
Yeah.
So I'm going to clean all that out, and that will be like my news center.
Oh, news for news. Cool.
Yeah. And then I have like my video games and my dartboard over there,
Okay.
like for just fun stuff. And then I'm going to I'll have multiple desks and be able to
Sweet.
set up everywhere.
That means you need like multiple get-ups. Like this is the CrossFit, you wear a Rogue shirt in front of this one. You've got to wear something goofy, a fake mustache in front of this one.
But that way it gives me just like that over there has a whiteboard behind it. So I'll be able to like write stuff on the whiteboard about maybe the news of the day, things we want to talk about. And so really stoked for it.
Fun.
For Christmas, my wife bought me a new desk. So I don't even have to like move my desk.
That's perfect.
Like I just have to go. Yeah.
Oh, so this is a goal you would say you have for 2023?
Yeah. So we've done a lot to expand in the last couple weeks. We just added a teen division to our company.
Fun.
And so Stephanie Price is going to run that teen division, and they're going to have like 100% teen content and young adult in the CrossFit space.
How cool.
And we're going to back their competition so they get coverage that they never get.
That's huge.
And then I guess I'll announce this today. I really haven't. We are adding an adaptive division. So we're working with the owners of WheelWad, and they're going to run an adaptive division off of Clydesdale Media that will be exclusively all adaptive content.
For the games or everything in season?
Everything.
Man, that's awesome.
365 days.
Yeah, I was going to say
coverage.
That's a lot of being in the know.
So for me, like my bandwidth is only masters and elite. Mm-hmm. So that's why we're bringing these people on, because they know that space already. Mm-hmm. And we're giving them full autonomy, and they just get to use our platform.
Awesome. How fun. So you're expanding.
Yeah, we're trying. Yeah. Super secret unless Scott talks about it right now.
Yeah. Welcome. Hey, there's no better time to announce it on your birthday and day 1 of 2023.
Yeah. So we have pretty much a signed agreement with the teen group. The adaptive, we're still kind of in the creation stage of that, but we're hoping to have it up and running by Wodapalooza.
Oh, that's in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. Well, I'll be on the lookout. I'm sure you'll have updates from Wodapalooza because they have those divisions there.
So while I'm spilling all the tea, at Wodapalooza, we have three times on the live podcast stage at Wodapalooza. So Friday at 5, we have locked
Okay.
in your teammate, Carrie Pierce.
Oh, love it.
And she said that she was going to talk to you and Alex to maybe join her
Fun.
Friday at 5 on the podcast stage. But the other two we are reserving for. One will be an adaptive focus, and the other will be a teen young adult focus.
And those are both Saturday or Saturday and Sunday?
So we have one on Thursday, one on Friday, and one on Sunday.
Okay, so a little break in Saturday. Man,
Yeah.
you-
So
you'll
yeah,
be
Kat and I
there.
just get to go nuts on Saturday.
Yeah, and just enjoy. That's when it's the most nuts, though. Saturday at Bayfront Park, it's gonna be crowded.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have Kat has never been.
Oh, she's gonna have fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun getting to see her. Like last year was my first time. Now I get to watch her reaction to it all,
Yeah.
which will be a lot of fun this year, seeing that. But we're hoping to, like, instead of just focus on elites, bounce around a little bit to the well, at least I am, bounce a little bit to the masters, the teen, and the adaptives.
Okay, so there's a bunch of divisions there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my buddy Joel Hughes that you met will be there competing, so you'll have to keep an eye out for him too.
Quiet Joel.
Masters, Quiet Joel, I think 45 to 49, and last year I believe he
Okay.
got third, so he podiumed last year. But I don't believe they did podiums because they rained it out. So hopefully this year he'll get up there and get his fun little picture.
Yeah, we talked to Dylan on Friday, and every year it rains at Wodapalooza. And he's like, and that's not even the rainy season in Florida. Like, it's like cursed. Like our event here in Columbus, we host the Memorial Golf Tournament every year, and it rains every time they hold it. And
That's
it's not
crazy.
even the rainy time here.
Wow. That's kind of how it was at Rogue too. It doesn't rain a ton in Texas, but of course when it does, it was a day that we were outside at Rogue.
So I had to miss this year.
Okay.
As we're growing, we have to be more fiscally responsible.
Yeah.
What was Rogue like this year? Because I didn't get to see it in person, and I haven't talked to you since.
Yeah, I guess it has been a minute. It was not my favorite, actually. Like last year, 2021, I loved it. This year, if I think of Rogue, I think of I'm glad I went, but it wasn't. It didn't live up to my expectations, unfortunately. I don't know what it was. I hate to blame the workouts, but they were really hard. And the year before was kind of more like a spectacle, a show. And this year at Rogue, it was a grinder, which I'm not afraid to work hard, but I didn't expect like there to be so many like sprinty events, explosive events, so many. One event we were like on the floor backstage for 2 hours. Warming up for one event, we had like 10 minutes to warm up and then they rushed us off stage. So it just wasn't like as perfect as it was in 2021. But still super thankful to be there, super grateful I get to go there and compete just for fun and for like my job. But it didn't live up to the hype this year, unfortunately.
Well, since you've opened this door, there on the female side, a lot of the leading athletes didn't
Yeah.
choose to come. Did that dip it for you, or was it strictly the programming?
I think it was close to the programming. For me, it gave me more of a chance to place higher. So I was like, okay, the more people that say no, the better chance I have of coming home with a little bit more money. But I think it was Saturday. There The first event was 3 minutes long. Second event was under a minute. Third event was a max lift. So they was just all like explosive. How fast can you go? It opened my eyes to see that I need to work on stuff like that. But I would just like a little bit more well-rounded tests, in my opinion.
So Kat chimed in that it was less of an exhibition in 2022 than it was in 2021.
And I think that's the vibe I even got backstage and from like the production side of it was 2021. It was like, you guys are awesome. Put on a show for the people here. Have fun. Whereas this year it was like, okay, secret location, go run 4 miles. Now do these super hard events back to back to back to back, where our bodies were just like, I was more beat up after Rogue than I was from the games. And I think it's because like nobody expected that hard if you look at the years prior programming. But man, it destroyed me. It was, my body was just done.
So one of the things that I really enjoy about you is you enjoy the moment. Mm-hmm. Like no matter what you're not afraid to say, I was a fangirl and there I am with Tia Toomey and Mal O'Brien and I got to compete with them and I was going to enjoy the heck out of that.
Right.
And you do it with a smile. And that's what I love. And that's why I kind of asked, did it matter that they weren't there?
Oh, I see. Oh, what was really special? So they weren't there competing, but Tia was there. And my birthday at Rogue was Friday. So Friday was the one with the like Texas Oak where we did the bar muscle ups with the log and the heavy back squats. Friday evening, I'm checking my Instagram from the day, and I had a DM from Tia Claire Toomey saying happy birthday. So even though I literally took a screenshot and like sent it to all my close friends, like even though she wasn't there competing on the floor, she was there at Rogue, and somehow, I don't know if she runs her Instagram someone else, but she sent me a happy birthday in the DM. So I was like, I don't even care. She sent me a DM. And then that night at Rogue, my good friend Jody buys me a birthday cake. She sings happy birthday to me. Spiegel comes down, sings happy, like we had like a little birthday party in my hotel room with my husband, my good friend Jody, and Spiegel. And so even though like Rogue didn't go on the competition floor great, I had like so many little highlights to where I was like, who gets to say Tia tells them happy birthday? Danny Spiegel sung them happy birthday on their birthday. It was just a special, special day, minus all the events that I didn't love.
So what I find just so fascinating is I'll get a DM from Sam Briggs or
I love that.
You know, an athlete, right? And I do the same thing. I screenshot it. I send it to Kat and Amy, and I'm like, look, Sam Briggs said blah, blah, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Or like I do that. So it kills me that you, as an elite athlete with them, do the same thing. It's refreshing that you admit that.
Yeah, it makes you feel special. I probably have like 5 different screenshots. One was from Tia. One was from Brooke Wells. One was from Heebs, the Buttery Bros. One was from Spiegel the first time she messaged me. Just people that to me are so big, like millions of followers, that they would even take their time to message me, who's like this little old girl in Midland, Texas. It's special.
So my highlight of 2022, like my number one highlight from the year, is during the Open, the burpee deadlift workout.
Okay.
That was the weekend of the Arnold here in Columbus.
Okay.
And Sam Briggs was in town, and she is friends with Christy. Mm-hmm. So she came to the gym while I was doing the Open.
Did you know she was coming?
No, not a clue. So like I'm judging the guy. So the way it works at Polaris is you pick a partner, you judge your partner, and then you go and your partner judges you.
Right.
So I'm judging my partner, and I'm like looking over my shoulder. Oh my gosh, Sam Briggs just walked in. Oh my gosh. Wait, pay attention, judge. You got to judge, you know.
How fun.
And so
you got to meet her.
So she's over warming up, and I'm kind of side-eyeing to see like what she's doing.
Right.
and I'd met her before. But this was a different environment for me. Like I'm working out.
In
Like
your
Sam Briggs is
gym.
going to see
Yeah.
me work out. So I go to do the workout and I'm like, I think it was a 9-minute or 10-minute cap. I can't remember
Yep. 10
on
minutes.
that one. And I'm like, I am dying. Like I cannot breathe. I get done with the burpees. I go to deadlift and I put my hands on my knees. And all of a sudden I hear, pick up the bar. And I look over and it's Sam Briggs, like right in my face.
Man, how special is that?
And I look over and I'm like, I'm tired. She goes, it's not going to lift itself.
And did you
And I
pick
was
it
like,
up?
okay. I picked it up.
Man, that's
In a
awesome.
way,
How many
I went,
people can say Sam Briggs cheered him on in a workout?
yeah, it'll probably number one on my highlight, maybe number two on my highlight of CrossFit stuff, working out.
That's so fun.
So,
What a brutal workout, too. I don't know if I'd want someone
oh,
to watch me do burpees and deadlifts. Like, there's nothing heroic about that at all.
no. And I'm like, I'm coming off back surgery. Like,
Right.
so deadlifts are really not my jam. And burpees were tight. I hadn't gotten like my mobility back in my hips and stuff. But like I just grinded through and when I was done, she was like the kindest, most awesome person about my effort and all that kind of stuff.
That's
So it was pretty
awesome.
cool.
I love that. Yeah, she's one that I feel like is a true OG in the sport. So that's really cool you got to meet her and get cheered on by her.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of working out at Christie's gym is when people are in town, that's
Yep.
where they drop in.
Other
Right.
people
So
have?
so Medeiros has dropped in there. Amanda Barnhart used to work out every other Saturday there.
Wow. Well, she just
Yeah, so I've
moved
been
back to Ohio, right?
yep.
Close to
And her and
Christie?
Christy are on a team at Waza.
That's right, with Brooke Wells. So have they
Yeah,
trained at your gym at all?
I have not seen them,
Okay.
but
Maybe they will.
it has been a week since I've been there. Just so you know.
Okay. Well, I mean, the week from Christmas to New Year's is like just like like a gap in the space continuum. Like, what do you do? You know?
Well, and that on top of that, and you'll learn this as Blakely gets older. My daughter came home for Christmas and then took our car keys back with her to college.
Oh no,
So we had one car we couldn't even use.
because she had the keys.
She had the keys.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
hard one. That's a hard one.
So so I was kind of stuck at the house because my wife was going into the office.
Right. You had no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, we
and
don't
then
have. Go ahead.
no, you go.
I was just gonna say we do not have that problem yet. We bought for Christmas. Dylan got Blakely a pink Jeep, and that's the closest thing she's getting to like take our car keys.
Right, right. Yeah, you've got what, 10, 12
Oh yeah,
years?
at least yeah. Yeah, today we actually before the podcast we drove outside because it's actually a beautiful day here. We drove to our mailbox and she drove the pink Jeep and it comes with like a remote control in case like it's a 2-year-old who can't drive, you can control it as a parent. So I brought it with and she was just like, Mom, my arms are so tired. So wouldn't you know it, I'm walking next to her and I'm literally driving the Jeep for her because her arms are so tired. I'm like, you're ridiculous. Just goofy.
They need to make that though in an adult version.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, a golf cart, right?
Yeah, a little remote control.
Yep. And just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yeah. You let someone drive me around.
Yeah, exactly. Go that way.
So my next public workout, just so you know, Dylan Malitsky
Yeah.
talked Kat and I into signing up for the gauntlet on Friday.
Oh, I actually did see that you're signed up. That's exciting. Dylan, wait, you're going Friday?
Thursday, I think, is the media group.
Yeah, see, my Dylan really wanted to sign up, but we don't get there Thursday until like 6 p.m. And by that time, it's all day Thursday, so it's over. But I'm excited you're going to do it. It looks brutal.
Well, the only thing that I'm like my heart is in event one
The three
because
rep max? Yeah.
I can squat a semi truck.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
That's
And
the
then after
first
that,
five
then
minutes.
the wheels will come off the bus,
Yeah, you
and
got
it'll
five
be
minutes.
I got 5 minutes of glory to
Right.
start,
That's
and then
hilarious.
it's all over.
Oh. But at least you start really happy. And it's just going to be like a slow roller coaster.
Right. For me, as someone who's not elite anymore, I'm 53. This is not like I'm never going to be pro. Um, I can do 1 through 4.
Okay.
So that gives me some
That's good.
confidence,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I may not be the fastest or the strongest or whatever, but 1 through 4 is pretty good. It's 5 that I will be staring at a rope to
I don't
climb.
know. I didn't see five. What is five?
So it starts with dumbbell bench press, all in for that.
Right.
And then it is 2 rope climbs.
Oh.
This is a lot of Clydesdale to get up a rope.
Horses don't climb ropes. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you'll do 2 bench press and that'll kind of be your recovery one, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
I don't know. There may be a scaled version that I can do instead of the rope climb. We'll see. But at that point I'll be like 50 minutes in.
Yeah.
I'll have had a great workout. And if I
Exactly.
just sit and look at the rope for 10 minutes, then that's what I do.
Yeah, and the humidity by that point, like it's over. I remember it's a
Right.
lot more humid there than what we're used to. I don't know about Columbus.
Yeah, especially this time of year. Like
Yeah.
I'm going from cold to super hot, super humid. Yeah, breathing may be an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. But maybe altitude might be a little better. You'll have that going for you. Maybe.
We're flat in Ohio, flat as a
Oh,
pancake.
never mind. You're screwed, Scott.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I am.
It's
But it's
over.
okay. It's okay. It's all for fun, right?
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
maybe I inspire someone to get off the couch.
Yeah, exactly. And you're doing it.
I'm at a
That's
different level than you are, but we all can be inspirations, right?
Yeah, and I mean everybody's fitness journey looks different. That's the biggest thing. Everybody's training looks different. So don't ever judge or that's what people randomly message me and be like, "How do you do this as a mom or how do you fit in your schedule?" And I'm just like, literally everybody's schedule is so different. Nobody's training looks the same and like don't ever feel like the expectation needs to look like someone else's.
Yeah. Yeah. And, this year has been about, for me, just health and fitness. I used to be a competitive swimmer. When I first got into CrossFit and first lost all the weight, like I wanted to be competitive. Now I just want to be healthy and fit
Yeah.
and be the best version I can be.
And that's all that matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll take you farther.
So speaking of best versions, you are on quite the super team
Isn't it awesome?
for Wodapalooza.
I know. I love our team. I love our team.
How lucky are you for someone who like understands the history of the sport,
Yeah.
right? And when they're on the floor smiling because they're in a heat with Tia Toomey and I've got Kristen Holt's autograph on a plate
Right.
and you're going to team with the greatest American CrossFitter of all time.
I know. So it's Carrie Pierce, me, and Alex Kazan. And of course, Carrie Pierce, absolutely amazing. But I actually think our team is like super well rounded. Between Carrie is good at everything, especially like high rep, ring muscle ups, strict handstand push ups, really gritty. And then Alex Kazan is just skinny, but so strong that I like can't even comprehend it. And then I like to think I'm like, I can do anything you need me to. But I'm really excited to see our dynamic because I went to Vegas the week after Thanksgiving and practiced with them a little bit to kind of see, okay, how do we work as a team? How do we communicate as a team? And it was so easy. Like I feel like it's very rare that you find people that are that good, that are just so like go with the flow. Me and Alex, Carrie would say like, okay, pick it up. We're doing 10. Me and Alex are just like, yes, ma'am. We pick it up. We do what we need to. We move on to the next thing. Like just, there's no ego. There's no, okay, I'm going to do 20. You're going to do 2. Like it's just very easy to get along with.
So I talked to Justin maybe Wednesday,
Okay.
and he said that it is obvious that when Carrie decided she was going to compete again, she became the leader.
Oh, 100%. I believe it. And we
And
made that very clear. At least I feel like I did in Vegas that like, Carrie, I will be dying on the floor, but if you say 3, 2, 1, pick it up, I will not question you and I will die on the floor listening to your command. So like she knows she's telling us, do you know what I mean? Where to go, what to do, how fast, and we will listen.
yeah, it's funny because I've gotten to know all three of you over the years, and makes it so, man, I want you guys to do so well. And that's why Carrie was my number one choice for the live podcast stage. Because I think the story of her going back on the competition floor after over a year is just awesome. But what is the dynamic off of the floor and out of training with the three of you? Because I picture it to be pretty good.
Yeah, that's funny because my friend was talking to me like 2 weeks ago at church. She was like, so what do you guys do outside of training? Because obviously I don't live in Vegas. I don't train with them. We don't do the same things. And I was like, honestly, we only text each other if we're picking out outfits. They just released a workout. So like we're not like we're fit. We're doing what like I need to do for fitness, what they need to do, but outside of like team, we don't really communicate or coordinate workouts or anything. So it's very interesting. I don't even know what they do. Do they work out Monday through Wednesday? Like I couldn't tell you what their training looks like versus mine. I just know when we go on the floor, I would like to think we're all doing what we needed to be prepared for that moment. But there's no like checking in or 21:59
So
burpees. Let's compare scores.
when you were in Vegas
Okay.
and you trained together, what was the dynamic in your personalities?
Oh, in training together.
Yeah, but like you're not on the floor right now. You're just kind of chilling in between workouts.
Oh, I see. Carrie was very busy. She made it clear that weekend, like, hey, if you come, I will train with you, but I have meetings to do from this amount. So between events that we practiced, we would just sit on the C2 bike and move our legs a little bit and just kind of chat about. Carrie just got engaged, so I wanted her to tell me everything about like what she's thinking, how she's feeling, what she's planning. But I really got to spend more time with Alex than I did Carrie. So I really got to know Alex a little bit more about her family, her values. I feel like we bonded a ton. We did a cold plunge and sauna together, and I've never done cold plunge sauna before. And a 3-minute cold plunge was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It was miserable. So it was like me and Alex, after we finished our workouts in the cold plunge, just taking deep breaths for 3 minutes. And then we went in the sauna for like 20 minutes and just not even had a heart to heart, but just like talked about how she is. What is it like in Vegas? How is she doing like as a person, as a whole? So I got to know a lot more. And I just kind of see her as like my little sister that I'm like, you're great. Let me encourage you. Like, prioritize this, not this, and just really get to know her.
When I look at Alex, I see a younger version of you,
Well, that's sweet.
right?
I could see that.
Like you both are kind of older souls. You like the more traditional things. You both love your husbands immensely. You you both love Jesus, right? And that is a very key pin or point in your life, in your values, and your moral compass. And I just see a lot of the same things in both of you.
That's funny because that's exactly what we like talked with in the sauna. It was like here's the marital problems I had when I first got married to Dylan. These are what she had. How did we fix them? How is the Lord working in that? So just very relatable things, like kind of like you mentioned.
Yeah. So I'm so excited for you guys to get down there.
Yeah, me too.
And I know that Nick asked earlier from Wad Zombie that I need something signed by you. For people who don't know, I've been trying to get something signed by Arielle for like
For
2 years.
years.
I've
That's
had
so
I've had
funny.
this shirt in my possession for 2 years. So it is coming with me to Wodapalooza,
Cool. And I will find you.
and I am bringing a marker, and I will stalk her until I see her.
I feel like you need the Liam Neeson voice. He's like, I will find
Yeah,
you.
I have a certain set of skills.
Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, I'm excited,
So
but man,
yes,
they're releasing some fire teams. Like I know our team is great. We are very well rounded. I did not expect all these other athletes to go team as well.
I I think that's what Wodapalooza should be all about,
I do too.
right? It is the fun event for you guys to go, maybe get a shot at making some money, getting some exposure at this festival where you're all celebrated.
Yep.
And I'd be almost okay for for them to do away with individual,
Wouldn't that be fun?
right? Just make it a fun festival where everybody goes and has a blast. Or maybe they do like an individual, but the top games competitors can't participate. It's a
Right.
place for other people to get exposure,
Yeah.
something like that.
And then you kind of get to see your favorites throw down together as a team. It's gonna be
Right.
fun. It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a dog fight with all these teams. This is gonna sound so evil. I'm just hoping we see like teams fall apart on the floor. Cause can you imagine all these? Like these are the biggest, almost the biggest names in CrossFit. Like, give us some drama. I want to see like a huge athlete yell at this other athlete mid-worm. Can they finish the squats? Like, it's either going to be great or it's going to be a disaster.
Well, and we've seen that in team competitions.
We
Teams
have.
that have worked together for months and months lose it in the middle of a competition and yell
Yeah.
each other on the floor.
And like, I don't want it to be my team, selfishly, of course, but I want to be doing like worm thrusters and look over and I see like Laura Horvat yelling at Gabby. Gabby, you just want to see like the real fun competitive side come out of everybody, I think.
Laura yelling, "You remember when you treated my brother poorly?"
Yeah, exactly. Take that. But it's funny because, we love the Rolfs. Emily and Kyle Rolfe, they live up in Canada. They're so sweet. They FaceTimed us the other night and we just chatted for like almost an hour. And just how different our team dynamic is because she's going team. I'm going team, but very much focused only on team. Already went there, practiced with them. We know the order. We know who's doing this, who's doing that. They're like, Emily was like, yeah, I don't even know what my team's doing. We won't practice anything until it's time to go team on the floor as far as like the worm stuff. So just the difference in how we're maybe being a little bit more prepared because we're only doing team versus you get the chance to do individual and then do team. Just how different it is.
How chill is it that you're going and just doing team? Like, is the pressure more because you have two other people depending on you, or are you able to chill because it's not for your career?
I actually this past week struggled a lot with it because selfishly I love going individual and I love pushing my limits, seeing where my weaknesses are, what to work on. So I was like, Dylan, should I still go individual and then go team after? Then I like thought about it Monday. They released a workout I really liked on Tuesday. I thought about it some more and I'd like come to peace with like, no, it's okay to go team. So it still is a struggle for me, but I'd like to think that team will be fun, but I've just always been very apprehensive towards team because selfishly I'd rather like I'd rather have the glory, or I'd rather take the blame if I mess up individual. Now it's not just me. So we'll see. I'll have to tell you how it goes, because I personally have no idea, because I've never gone team before.
So that makes me curious. When you're done with individual, are you done?
It depends how I go out, as bad as that sounds. Depends what happens when I retire. Because it could be from like a really bad injury, and then I have no choice. Or it could
You don't want
be,
to think that way.
yeah, I don't want to think that, but like, you got to be a realist. Or it could be like, it's time to have another kiddo, and then maybe I'll come back, maybe I won't. Really just depends.
The reason I'm curious with you is because you went for it, you retired, you accidentally make the games, and now you've built this career.
I know.
And then
Awesome.
like what does the next transition look like for you? Would you ever go team? Would you take a break and go back masters?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Spiegel asks me every year to go team with her, but I truly love individual, to where like it's not even on my plate, because I mean, I grew up doing track, gymnastics. Like I don't even, team sports just aren't in my blood. Like all I know is myself, how to push myself. I have trouble relying on people and trusting them, as bad as that sounds.
No, I totally get it. For me, if I was ever to compete again, it would be team, because it is the one thing that pushes me.
Okay.
The only time I've ever thrown up in workouts is when I've been on a team.
So you thrive off of it then, secretly.
Yeah, like I push beyond what I think I can do
Wow.
if I'm on a
That's
team.
good.
Because my biggest fear in the world is letting others down.
Okay. Maybe that will happen to me as well when I'm out there on Wodapalooza. We will see.
Yeah.
How cool.
You never know. Because they used to have the team series.
I remember those.
And I was always the least fit person on my team. And so I always, we all have our things we're good at, right? If it was a max lift or something like that, we were gold. But like when it came to just like breathing and surviving, I was the least fit. And so I would push beyond the rep scheme I thought I could do to hang with my team.
Yep.
And there was one day we did all 4 workouts in one day, and I threw up 3 times.
3 out of the 4. Those are good numbers.
3 out of the 4. Yeah.
That's
Consistency.
good, yeah, consistency. That's good. You literally pushed beyond your capacity.
Yeah, but then there's the part of me that, and there are times individually like that'll click in, and then I go to that place, but I just can't do it as consistently anymore.
Yeah, especially if it's team.
Yeah, cool. Where when I was a swimmer back in the day, like I had that button. I had that like, okay, it's go time, and this is going to hurt, but it's only going to hurt for a minute and a half or whatever.
Right. Another thing with team, yours all went to your gym, is that right? When you did team?
What? Yes.
Yeah. That's the one thing that does deter me from team stuff, is nobody lives in Midland, Texas. And like, I can't spend a week.
Well, the rule did change.
It did. But it's
the rule changed now.
Go ahead, sorry.
You just have to do the workouts in the same gym.
Right. But it's still
you don't have to.
Okay, quarterfinals, you're talking a weekend there. You might want to go there before quarterfinals to work on moving as a team. Just stuff to where it's like, I don't really have the lifestyle to where I can drop everything. Let me go hang out with you guys for a week once a month. Like that just doesn't work. For Dylan being a business owner, Blakely being 3, almost 4 years old. So unfortunately, like even if I wanted to go team, as much as Spiegel wants me to go team with her, I can't fly out that much.
You just have to be the diva that says, sure, but you're going to be in my gym.
Yeah, you come to the lion's den.
Yeah.
I should.
I mean, and Blakely's almost 5. I mean, she can cook for herself at that point. And,
Yeah, she's got a car. She's got a Jeep. Like,
right.
what does she need me for?
Yeah. Only if her arms get tired halfway down the driveway.
Yeah, then we're screwed.
Right.
So silly.
So I know you train alone a lot or with Joel. What was it like training for a weekend with Alex and Carrie? Did you feel a difference in your push, or just like a refreshing, like, I got to take a breath and work out with some other people?
There were pros and cons. So I definitely pushed harder when we were working out, practicing our workouts. Absolutely. So I relate to the going harder, but it really made me appreciate the setup I have working out and how I work out. Because we would be at the gym from, let's say, 9 o'clock. One day we were there till 4, and I felt like we got nothing done, if that makes sense. We'd do a workout, we'd recover, we'd hang, we'd chat, we'd do another workout, recover, hang, chat, maybe eat some food if we need lunch. To where, like, when I'm in the gym, it's 2 hours. We do the workout, we do an hour of strength, and then I'm done. And it's like, you don't talk to me for those 2 hours because I'm very intentional, because I only have this much time. So it made me appreciate only having to be in the gym 2 hours versus my whole day was there. Which by the time we got home, it was like, okay, it's time for dinner. Wait, you guys go back to the gym? We were just in the gym all day, and I'm not used to that.
So that leads me to another follow-up, and that is, you have said yourself you're one of the people at the games or like at a competition where you like to have fun in the back, right? So training, it's don't talk to me.
Exact. It's way
But
different.
so you're really not training how you act at the games.
True.
But is that okay?
I guess so. That's a good way. I never thought of that before, because now I've transitioned from, I was at Hit for Fit before Rogue. I still am like a member at Hit for Fit, but the month of December I've trained literally by myself in the Lion's Den, because I am very intentional, and I kind of don't really want to be talked to right now, as bad as that sound. But I never thought of that. I guess I'm very serious when I need to be serious. But then I know on the competition floor, if I'm that serious, I will have absolutely no fun and put way too much pressure on myself. So I almost have to lighten it up come competition time.
When it really is two different things. So maybe I'm just mixing apples and
No.
oranges because you have a job to do, right? You need to get it done in 2 hours because that's all you got.
That's exactly how I feel when I step into the gym. Like, I'm clocking into work. Let me focus. Let me do what I need to. Exactly.
But on the competition floor, you have someone taking care of Blakely. Dylan is not at work, and you don't have to worry about taking care of him, right?
Right.
So on the competition floor, you can actually take a breath and relax and enjoy the moment.
Yeah, those are literally our vacations. Like, Miami will be a vacation. Hopefully I make it back to the games. That's the only time me and Dylan really get couples retreats, almost, as I call them, which, granted, I'm at work, but it's still a lot of fun backstage.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know,
Well, I know we're
with the Rolfs there and how goofy Kyle is with Dylan there, it's gonna be wild in Miami.
I can't wait.
I know.
When Emily got hurt at the games, I was devastated. I can't, and I never thought I would be that close. And we're not even that close, but gosh, Kyle and I chatted a ton at Granite Games, and then that happened, and I was devastated. I shouldn't be that close to an athlete. I'm supposed to cover this sport, but you guys are so awesome. It's hard. It's hard not to be. And I didn't want to be disrespectful and capitalize on her injury.
Right.
I wanted her to have time to recover. So I haven't talked to them. I'm talking to her this week because she's one of the people I chose for my birthday week to talk to. And I can't wait to catch up and see them at Wodapalooza because it's been since the games that we talked.
Wow. And that's kind of same as you say, when she got injured and then come back, she was really wanted to compete at Rogue, wanted to go Dubai. The like mom in me was like, Emily, no, stop competing. Like just chill until the games come around so you can heal. Just like another competitor, I would have been like, okay, that's kind of crazy. They're coming back already. But as a friend, I was like, Emily, are you okay? Can you do this? So I get it.
Yeah, and I was getting like DMs from Kyle when she was getting treated, and I was so where the bike event happened, I was right where you guys left the field to go out the tunnel,
Oh, wow.
taking pictures. So that night, I was looking at the pictures I had taken, and you can see the difference
Really?
in her arms, and I was
Wow.
like I didn't realize it live, but then you're like looking at the pictures. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're like, it was real.
Yeah. And so
Mind
I'm
blowing.
so excited to catch up with her.
Yeah.
But the last thing we're coming up on the hour and I want you to respect your time. Um, Paper Street Coffee.
Yeah. Have you tried them?
Oh my gosh. It is my favorite coffee in the world. And this is
Really?
not it. And I am so bummed. I wish I had a frost for my birthday. That was on me.
Oh,
I should have ordered
no.
some.
I'll have to get you some, Scott.
Oh,
What's your
I love Gabe. I love Gabe.
Okay. What's your favorite roast that they have? Like which one do you drink?
The eraser.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
So I love how creative you're getting with your social media
Thank
and Paper
you.
Street. And Gabe is one of my favorite people in the world. You're one of my favorite people in the world. I love this partnership.
I do
And I
too.
love I so did you actually have a film crew come in to do all that stuff with
I
like
have
dumping the beans and
Wasn't that a
then it
great idea?
re-pour into a cup of coffee and you just start sipping?
It was perfect. I have a good friend whose husband is a videographer. And so we like have a business deal. He'll help me, I'll help him. But yeah, he was like, "Okay." Cuz I told him I was like, "I don't want to just post me holding a cup of coffee and it's clearly cheesy." And he's like, "Well, you should dump it and then pull it back up and then I'll edit it to make it look cool." And I was just like, "Man." Then I'm like, this is the kind of partnership I need in my life. Like you help me and I'll help you, whatever that means. So it was such a great idea. I was really thankful he came over and did all that. So he helps me. I try and hook him up how I can. Which he is actually a big hunter. His name's Evan, my videographer. And so Born Primitive just came out with a sweet hunting line. So he's like, "Hey, do you need anything? I would love to get more Born Primitive hunting stuff." And I'm like, "Absolutely." So it's actually been very, very convenient.
So what does like a relationship that you've built there, what has that done for your sponsorships when you can be more creative?
I would like to think like I would love I don't want to say get more because I don't even know who else I'd want because I have such great sponsorships. But I like as a person and as an individual, I love marketing and like making things look pretty, making them fit. So not so much even for like making more money, but just like if they click on Arielle's Instagram, I want them to see like my personality. And I like stuff that looks like visually appealing or looks cool. So I want to like bring out my creative side to show more of like me more than I do like I mean I love my sponsors,
Okay.
but it's never like
Let
for them,
let
quote
me throw
unquote.
this hypothetical out for you. So after creating your own house, right? Building it from scratch, you and Dylan designed the whole thing and you doing all this creative stuff. If CrossFit went away tomorrow, what would you do as a profession?
Man, Dylan asked me that like 5 months ago, and I have no idea. Which is, I love marketing, being like different types of marketing and trying to be unique and creative to like that niche. I would love to do something like that, but I have no idea practically who I would reach out to, what that looks like. Because Dylan asked me a while ago, he was like, yes, CrossFit is great. Right now you have amazing sponsors, but like that all has to end at some point. What would you want to do when that ends? Or like, what can you do now to help flourish that for when CrossFit ends? And I have no idea, but I would love it to be something in the marketing realm somehow. Helping other companies create content, something like that. I don't know.
Do you do your own social media?
I do.
Do you think you could be a social media manager for athletes to help them do better?
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know what that practically looks like on paper, but I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect fit, right? You get
Right.
to be creative. You get to stay around the sport you love. You get to help younger people and mentor them,
That is
and
pretty
help them in
good.
the space that you've already navigated.
Right. Which I'm not a
So you know what I do?
pro. What do you do?
You know what I do for my day job, right?
No, what do you do?
I help people find jobs.
Oh, do you really? Nice. You're the
And
ND
it,
in the
and I
real
help.
flesh.
Well, really what we do is we try to identify what job they want, not
Gotcha.
necessarily like this is how to, I'm not good at like this, build your resume and do this and that. Mine is, let's narrow down your focus so you're focusing in where you want to get work.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah.
So
So
Kat
it's
said, how about for my affiliate and our media company?
see, that's the hard thing though, is I would love to be there and like make it look pretty and then and that's not practical right now where we live in Midland, Texas.
Yeah.
But I like
Well,
her
for a media
thinking.
company, everything is like electronic. You don't really have to be here. You'd
True.
have all the content, but you might be a little busy right now.
I know. I would love to build an empire of like Dylan builds the house and I like create content that makes the house look amazing to where he gets more custom builds. But that's in a perfect world. I would love for it to be a Loewen thing to where like I help
Uh,
him, he helps me.
is Dylan still doing both jobs?
He is. It's just the market is weird right now. Cost of
Yeah,
material
totally
is,
get it.
yeah, cost of material is ridiculous. Interest rates are ridiculous. So it's like, let's let the world chill for a second and then we'll jump back into it. But
And
just
where will
one
Dylan be
job right now. Thank goodness.
and where will Dylan be hanging out in Wodapalooza so I know where the fun's happening?
You're not lying. I'm going to talk to my teammates and I'm hoping he can get the coach's pass because Carrie's husband or Mitch should have one. Justin has so many athletes there. I'm hoping he'll have one. So I'm really hoping Dylan can be backstage with me because he's my mental support animal. We talked about this.
Right, right.
Yeah, my
He's
dog.
yeah. Yeah. As
And
Kyle said, your bitch.
yeah, exactly. In the words of Kyle Roll. But Blakely will be there as well. So we're going to try and make it, because I'm going team, more of a family vacation. It's not quite as serious. So he'll be with me or with her. My mother-in-law will be there too for help. So we'll be all over the place.
Well, I want to thank you so much for spending my birthday with me. You are awesome as always. I can't wait to see you, and I will have my marker and my shirt to get it
Perfect.
signed at Wodapalooza so you can go up on the Gaudy Chic wall
I
behind
love
me.
it. Hey, happy birthday. Take a picture of the carrot cake. I want to see it on your Instagram that your
Okay,
wife
well,
makes.
she made a half a cake and cupcakes.
Oh,
So we've already had cupcakes today. I'll get a picture of the half cake.
love it.
And then Kat has one question. What to pack clothes wise?
I would definitely bring, is gonna sound horrible, shorts, leggings, and a jacket. So like, I don't want to say all of your wardrobe, but bring like 2 pairs of leggings and well, she's there for multiple days. Unfortunately, during the daytime it's hot, in the evening it gets pretty cold. So you
It
literally
does.
you need everything. Bring just like A lot of pants and shorts and maybe just like a few shirts and tank tops.
Yeah, you need at least one sweatshirt
You need a sweatshirt
for the evening,
The evening gets
especially
pretty
if it
cold.
rains during the day and you get wet at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Bruce, who's from Miami, is like, oh, it never gets cold. You just need sports bras and shorts.
No, that's a lie. But one of our favorite
last
things,
year,
I don't know if you guys are scooter people, but we loved renting the like electric scooters and just scootered around Miami. It's so fun.
so we actually got an apartment south of Bayfront Park.
Okay.
It's still on the bay, but just like down the street. And it's like a 30-minute walk, but a 4-minute drive. And so we're like, that is scooter perfect.
That's perfect. And it'll be like $2. Don't have to wait
Yep.
on an Uber.
And of course, Vindicate is in the chat, and he will have all your apparel needs covered. Just go to his tent, and he'll be with Gabe at Paper Street Coffee. They'll be together in Vendor Village. Go check them out. Get your coffee, get your apparel, and get the hookup.
Fun. I'm hoping Friday to do a meet and greet at Paper Street Coffee. So I will hopefully be there and like actually meet him in person for the first time. So, it should be
So I
fun.
finally get to meet you. Oh, wait, we've already met.
Yeah, just like twice. I feel like we know each other, but in person, it's like, wait, who are you? I only recognize you behind a TV screen.
Yeah. But it was, I got to tell you, another, and I know I'm keeping you long, another highlight of my year is being in the media pit at the CrossFit Games for the first time ever.
Oh,
and
I
you
believe
giving me
it.
a high five going into the tunnel.
Fun. I don't even remember, but that's awesome. Oh, I do
Yeah, you
remember,
just saw me and you
actually.
were like,
yeah,
you were just high five and then
in the
Yeah.
Coliseum. Yeah, I know exactly what
Yep.
you're talking about. Yeah, I was thinking beer garden in the media pit, but no, you're talking.
no, I'm talking the media pit.
Yeah, that was fun. I remember that.
Yeah. Things are like last year at Wodapalooza, we had no media passes. We just had podcaster pass. This year we have full media credentials with pit pass. I'm
Love it.
so stoked. Like we have moved so far in a year, and I'm so stoked to cover
That's
this.
huge.
And Arielle, gosh, I can't wait to see you in
Yeah.
like 10 days,
I think you're right. So soon.
something like that.
Yeah.
10, 11 days. With that, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for jumping on. And everybody, thank you for the birthday wishes in the comments. I will see you all next time on the Clydesdale Media Podcast.